was splashed in his soldier the game spitter. The mistakes Pop Smoke made, which led to him being killed. Now we all know the first mistake he made, him buying designer, flexing it, and showing it on the ground, which had his address on there to give his ops the location, which let me know that he wasn't used to buying designer. Yeah, anybody who been buying designer for years, real designer, they would know if you get it shipped to you, they would know that it come with your address on it, whether it's on a card or it's on a box. So you would know not to do that. Or you would know, if you're gonna show it, you would know to make sure you ain't show that part of the package, of the card. And he failed not to hide it. Second mistake he made, by him being in California, being in a gang banging city, a violent city, a robbing city, he didn't have the proper security team to protect him, to hold him down while he was at the house. He didn't respect the land. Yeah, he had his homeboys, but you gotta understand, when you got your homeboys and y'all in the crib at the rental property or whatever y'all at, the hotel room, they trying to turn up too. They not really paying attention. They not really, you know, watching who coming up, who ain't coming up. Y'all ain't got no camera setup situation because y'all in a rental property. So they getting high, they drinking, they doing what they want to do. They trying to bring girls to the property, to the situation, get the party turned up, rolling up. You know, they on the internet too, on the gram flexing. So they not paying attention. You're supposed to have the proper security team that don't drink, that don't smoke. Even if it's just one guy or two guys. At least have somebody at the front door, inside or outside, and make them change shifts. Even when y'all gone, let them still stay there and hold the spot down. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because at least if you got security and if they still do come, which some drop their nuts and still come, if they kill the security guard or shoot at the security guard, or the security guard got to shoot at them or even yell at them, they will alert you. They will give you the heads up to get right. Like on Scarface, at the end of the movie, when they came, they had to shoot through his security first. They had to shoot his girl first. He got the alert, which gave him time to get right, to load up, to get right, to go to war. That's what you're supposed to have. At least a dog or something. Because the reason why you still want security other than your homeboys, because you can't really trust nobody. And you can act like you trust them, but really you can't really trust nobody. So you don't know if that was an inside job. Because who's to say your homeboys went in on the plan? Yeah, how you know they ain't get a drop up? How you know they ain't make the call when you was in the shower saying come now? Yeah, you gave the address up on the designer bags, but who's to say they ain't already getting the address and they was coming anyway? And of course, they'll run with, you show the address on the designer bag with that theory. I mean, that's just a thought. So you really can't trust nobody when you're on a level like that. You got a status like that. You don't know if they jealous because they getting high with you and partying with you and banging the same set with you. You don't know that. So that's why you need multiple security teams, them and real security. So this is what other rappers can learn from your mistakes in your situation. The third mistake he made, he didn't bring no gun in the bathroom. When you go into the bathroom, that's when you lack the most. Even if you going to piss, like Lloyd Banks said, I even bring the thing when I go to piss. You're supposed to bring it everywhere you go. Have it everywhere you go. You're really supposed to have the gun in the shower with you, or right by the step where you step out at. Especially you, if you was gonna buck anyway. So even if you ain't hear him come through the door and they came upstairs, you heard that, you still could have reached for it, went for it. If you was gonna die over the pride anyway, if you was gonna die over the watch anyway, at least you would have had a better fighting chance. Because you bucked on them with no gun. Who's to say you wouldn't have grabbed the gun, got to the gun, and let off some shots? They would have ran out the door. Who's to say they would have stood there and went bullet for bullet, round for round with you? They would have ran out the door because they're trying to get off the scene. They ain't trying to get caught on the scene. Understand that? So that was the biggest mistake you made. You didn't have no weapon. You would have had a better fighting chance if you'd had a weapon in that bathroom with you. This is why you got to have real security. So if your homeboys can carry the gun because they convicted felons, y'all want to take the chance of getting pulled over, you had a real security and let the real security give you a gun. If they don't got multiple guns, you buy them more guns. He got a permit, you give him the money to buy more guns. You have multiple guns everywhere. In the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the living room, in the entertainment room, the guest room, everywhere. You don't know what room you're going to be in when they run up in the spot. You always got to think like that because you somebody and you gangbang. Yeah, you somebody, so it can go down anywhere, any place. You got to think like that. You got to think like somebody after you every day. Everywhere you go, everywhere you move to, you got to think like somebody trying to kill you every day. You think like that, you won't lack as much. Now, anybody, we all can still be caught slipping, but you'll lessen your chance. That's what it's all about, lessening your chance, having a fighting chance. The fourth mistake you made, you had too much pride over some jewelry, something that you can replace. You had too much pride over the wrong things. It wasn't like a paid in full situation. You bought like 8 and paid in full, but you didn't have your family tied up, laid across the bed, finna get executed. It wasn't that type of situation. They didn't come there to kill you. They didn't come there to look for no drug money. You could have easily just gave them the chain and gave them the watch, and they would have went on about their way. They didn't come there to kill you. You know why? Because they like to rep too much. They want to brag. Yeah, the plan was to rob you, get the chain, get the watch, and then brag on it on IG and social media, on YouTube, and start their rap career. That was the plan, and try to extort you to buy it back. If that didn't work, sell it and try to destroy your rap career. That was the plan, and try to start and build their rap career up off robbing you and catching you lacking. That was the plan. The plan wasn't to come there to gun you down. Now, that was plan B. That was plan B, and they had to go to plan B because of you, because you bucked on them when you had the guns on you. And that's the reason why they kicked you. The 15-year-old kicked you after they shot you, because you pissed them off. They was mad because, like, you made me shoot you. You made me kill you. I didn't come in for that. Now this a bad robbery. So they kicked you out of anger. And of course somebody 15 to do that. That's the perfect age in the hood. That's when they start catching them. At that age, some even a little bit younger. And especially a 15-year-old that's a Hoover. You know a Hoover will do a murder job and forget the consequences. You ain't hear Juvenile on that BG Chopper City on that retaliation song? Niggas 15, 16, 17, slinging 9 through that Josephine in that methamphetamine. Juvie told you. But I know what was going on through your head. You was tired of taking losses. It was already a video on YouTube where a dude smack you and you ain't do nothing. So you was like, I ain't finna keep going out like that. I ain't finna keep taking losses. And you went for it. And you failed. That Rolex and that Cuban Link, at your status, at your height of your career, you could have easily let them have that chain, let them have that watch. They was gonna do what they was gonna do, and you could have dropped the bag on them. You was gonna find out who they was. Yeah, they came in masked up, but you was gonna find out who they was because they wanted to be rappers. They wanted to clout too much. They was gonna brag on it. They was gonna show their face. They didn't care about catching no case. So they could have led you to drop the bag and put the woos on them. You think nobody in Cali would have picked up that bag? You'd have dropped a big enough bag? They would have handled that for you. Easy job. But you ain't think like that. You ain't think about that. Now, ain't nothing wrong with dying over pride. But at least let it be for the family. Let it be for the woos. Not the jury. Not something you can go right in the store the next day. What was the Rolex watch worth? You put diamonds in it, so it ain't like it was a plain Jane. So what was that, like 30,000, 40,000? That was a verse. That was a show. The chain, the Cuban Link, you got diamonds in it, another 20, 30,000. That was another verse, another show. And you would have got that back in the day, 24 hours. Put the bread on them, put another, whatever that jewelry and chain was worth together, you'd have put that on their head, they'd have been dead in a week. 2 weeks tops. And you would have got your props. your career was, you was finna take over, man. You was taking over. It wasn't worth that, man. At least, like I said, at least go to war over the woos or your own family or your own self, not over some gold and diamonds. They already had the ups on you. Where were you running to? If you would've got past Buddy, you still had to go all the way downstairs and make it pass through them. Like, where were you running to? Where were you going? So some would say you made them kill you. Yeah, some would say that. You made them kill you. Because if that was the plan from the get-go, they would have killed everybody in the house. They only can give you one life sentence. You only can live one time. Why not kill everybody in the house and get the rep? They want to rep anyway, right? Why not kill everybody in the house? Why not kill old girl? She yelling. You would have popped her in the head for yelling and screaming. Why spare her? I can get the death penalty anyway. I kill a whole house. So that wasn't the plan. The plan was just to get the jury and leave. And you forced them to bust the gun, which made them speed up the robbery. That's why they couldn't get the chain. So that's why they got so mad and they kicked you. That's how it went down. If the 15-year-old brag on it in the juvenile system and in jail, you don't think they would have bragged on it on the streets if they would have just took your jury? You don't think they would have showed their face and try to get the clout off that and try to extort you off that and get some money off that? Come on now, Pop. But the reason why you slipped like how you did, taking a shower, no weapon, showing the designer, the address on it, because you're not used to that lifestyle. All this stuff was new to you. You were so excited, you were so turned. So you weren't thinking about none of that stuff because it's all new to you. You ain't really been through no wars as a star, as a rapper yet. That's why you did all that though. There was a lot of mistakes in one night. You made a lot of mistakes in one night. And you couldn't live past it to learn from your mistakes. Now, only other rappers and other people, other street guys, other gang members can learn from their mistake. You gotta keep that gun everywhere you go in that house. When you go to sleep, under the pillow, under the mattress, right beside the bed, on the dresser. When you go to the bathroom, right there on the bathroom sink, on the counter, right beside the toilet, taking a shower, right there in the shower or right by the step, in the kitchen, on the kitchen counter, on top of the refrigerator, in the living room, one under the couch, right beside you, laying on the couch. That's why you need multiple guns. You need 4 or 5 different guns. Have them stashed everywhere in the house. You don't know where the devil gonna let them boys test you at. So you gotta be prepared everywhere. It didn't make no sense for Pop Smoke to fight back on some guys he don't know who got guns on him, who trying to rob him, versus it's a video out where he got smacked from a guy that he do know, and it was just one guy and he didn't fight back. That don't make no sense right there. Like I don't understand, like, and you butt naked. That's why it's not good to fight every battle, to try to win every battle. I always compare this to our military when we was in Afghanistan or Iraq. You don't think we went on missions and the mission we went on, some of our soldiers got blown up and got gunned down by them? We lost that battle. You don't think it was a mission our military went on and we stepped on a mine and we blew up? We lost that battle, but we still won a war. Like, sometimes you gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them. And that was the time to hold them, when to fold them. It wasn't nothing but a watch. It wasn't nothing but a chain. It wasn't even no money. You didn't have 100,000 on you. You didn't have 50,000 in cash on you. Your family, your daughter or your kids, if you got kids, or your girl, your mama, they wasn't there. Your auntie, they wasn't there. They weren't laid out on the bed. They didn't have them at gunpoint saying give it up or we're gonna kill them. That's what you put your pride in. That's what you fight for. Not something that you're gonna go right back to the, you're gonna go back to the jewelry store anyway. That wasn't gonna be the last chain you bought. That wasn't gonna be the last watch you bought. You was gonna read right back up. And you was gonna also live to see another day. I wanna know where you was running to. You was trying to run outside the house. You was trying to run to a weapon. They already done locked the front door. So even if you would have pushed them down or made them fall, they still would have had time to get back up and By the time you try to get out of the door and you panicking and you looking back, it's 4 of them in there. They would have gunned you down right by the door. They already they was on that 21 Savage. Lock the front door. Lock the front door. Yeah, as soon as they came in the door, they was on that cheap key. Close that door. Hey, close that door. Hey, they was on that already. So I don't understand. It had to be you trying to run to a weapon. I hope it was that. But why not let them take what they was coming to get? They leave out, and then you run to the weapon and get to it and try to shoot at them as they leaving, or jump in the car and chase them as they leaving. You don't think that would have worked? You don't think that can happen? But we'll never know now because it's too late. But that's my take on the mistakes Pop Smoke made, which led to his death. I hope we can learn from this situation and, you know, think smart, move smart. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Gone.